What's up? So, Love Heal Take Control. I'm just gonna dive right in. American Medical Association, AMA. Look them up. That is who controls your health. It's not you. It's not your doctor. It's not your mama. It is the AMA. So basically, before 1910, medicine in America used to be a mixture of homeopathic, naturopathic, and even allopathic doctors. But I guess there was a lot of abuse because of it. So because there was no like standard of medical practice, so there was a lot of quackery, which means there were people that would claim that this thing cures this disease, or this specific thing cures a different disease. So now the big guy comes in, Rockefeller. Now look him up too. He has an oil industry background, and his father apparently used to be a con man. His father basically used to take snake oil and say it was a cure for cancer, so he would sell it to millions of people just to make money off of it. But anyway, look up their family and their family history. They were the richest people at that moment. They had a lot of money to put up, and because of their oil industry. So he basically ended up hiring Abraham Flexner. Look up the Flexner report as well. But anyway, so to basically identify the problems that are in the medical American medicine and their weaknesses. So once Abraham did that, they ended up offering a lot of money to all the medical schools that were there to solve their problems, which were basically they needed more money for equipment and for projects and research and whatnot. So they went around to all the medical schools, offered them money, and in exchange, what they would want, they're like, oh, well, we're giving you all this money. All you have to do is take some of our people and put them on your board, which basically means control. So it didn't seem like Rockefeller was really money hungry. They already had the money. They just wanted to control. And this was their way of doing it. So basically now you see all the major universities, medical schools that are here present today are the ones that took the money from these philanthropists. And they were able to build new buildings. They were able to hire new teachers and add new equipment. But because of that, now everything was skewed, and the whole thing was put towards pharmaceutical drugs. And schools that didn't take the money literally disappeared. So basically by 1910, the pharmaceutical industry captured the AMA. So now basically doctors were trained on how to prescribe drugs, and then pharmaceutical companies paid those bills. So now, well, that should give you the idea that all the control, including, our medical education as well. So the doctors and the physicians and people like me who aspire to be one, if we would go to medical school, we have to follow certain protocols and everything. We have to be approved by the AMA. So now is the government really protecting us? I mean, it is the government's role to do what's best in our interest. But these agencies like the FDA and the AMA, they are literally controlled by pharmaceutical companies. And so it literally all has to do with money. It's not about what's best for us and our well-being. They're literally poisoning us slowly, and I guess that's okay. Maybe it has to do with population control. That could be it. But either way, is that fair? And they decline all alternative medicine, which is pretty sad. Even when they know it's helping people, that makes no sense. They literally have laws that have blocked out everyone and all besides pharmaceutical companies. So anything found in nature, I guess you can't really patent, right? So it can never be approved and put on the list of those approved cancer therapies. Which brings up the new topic that they literally were training people and government agencies to go and to convince people that alternative medicine is a fraud. There's investigators that they went to the actual AMA building. First of all, the AMA building is very, very secure. There's cameras everywhere, which makes no sense. Usually when you have cameras everywhere, that means you're probably hiding something, right? But that's besides the fact. But basically these investigators found a bunch of research. They had literally research on every single alternative, homeopathic, naturopathic, doctors, practices, anything that was other than allopathic medicine. They had research on everyone. Why did they have such extensive research? They basically were trying to get rid of their competition. And competition, didn't you just say alternative medicine is a fraud? So why would you have to try to get rid of all of them in order to make money off of drugs? So that's just like a little summary of what I have been reading and stuff that I found out. But it's basically like things that I had no idea about, and it kind of opened up my mind. So I would suggest you guys do your own research, look up Rockefeller, look up AMA, the Flexstone Report, look all this stuff up, and realize who is in control of your health. It's not you. But that's where my take control part comes in. You need to start taking control of your own health, your loved ones' health as well. I mean, we see our elderly suffering, and it's really sad because we're getting those same illnesses and diseases. We don't want to do that, and then we don't want that for our next generation. I don't want that for my kids, and I'm sure you don't either. So look this stuff up and figure it out. A lot of doctors are all realizing this too now, by the way. So they're realizing that drugs are not actually helping patients. So there are other things out there that might be a lot more beneficial, and probably those natural things that he has provided for us. So don't forget those things.